early then.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay.
How many people are we expecting?
I think we had, what, 39 registered?
Nice.
Mm-hmm. So I'm just curious, my son should finish piano practice really soon, but can you hear that in the background up here? You can, Cedar?
Not really.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me put in my headphones. I told him, I asked him to finish before 6:30, but since we're going on now, I'll just hook in some headphones here.
Yeah, so Andy, can you hear us?
There we go.
Yeah, I can hear you now over the computer.
Yeah. Oh, good.
Perfect.
Still kind of glitchy though. Did you come in using that link that I sent you just a few minutes ago? See, it's crazy. He says he's in North Dakota, like Nowheresville, North Dakota.
Yeah.
Oh no.
He probably just doesn't have the band.
He'll be able to come on with that link though.
Emily, does it say somewhere big if they are trying to get in and register, just to click on the link?
Well, so that's why I had a friend text me, because she just went to service registration and saw it was closed and didn't even think to click on it. Like you have to click on the event to then see the Zoom link displayed. So I just said click on it anyway, and then you'll see the Zoom link.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm not seeing, I can't find an event detail that I can alter so that service will keep it open. I would have to, I think, alter the time.
What if you alter it to close it to the date to tomorrow? That would confuse people.
Well, I mean, it ends at 8 tonight, so it shouldn't be closed. I think it's really weird. It's very odd.
So I noticed that you've started recording, and I just wanted to point that out to anyone who hadn't noticed it, in case they don't want to be recorded.
Yeah, I don't know how you.
I saw that too.
Well, we thought we would record it in case somebody wants to come back and see.
But I think, can't we edit this part out?
Yes, we can.
That was our plan.
Put the good stuff on the website.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome that you're recording it. It's just always a good idea to let people know that it's happening.
Yes.
Yep. Thanks for the reminder. All right, Meredith, take it away. No video, Meredith. Or
no sound.
No sound. I've got video.
They look good anyway.
It worked.
There we go. Oops.
All right, welcome everybody to the 30th anniversary celebration of Stream Team. I hope that opening music got you all a little excited. It brings back memories of some past Stream Team events where we've had it opened with live music before, which is always fun. So I'm Anne Marie Pierce, and I am the Thurston County Stream Team Coordinator. And we're all here online. I'm so good to see all of you. We hope you're all doing well. And nice to get together, even if it is online right now. We're doubly excited because not only is this year the 30th anniversary of Stream Team, but it's also the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. So we were very excited to be celebrating these two major anniversaries this year. Most of you may already know this, but I'll just let you know. So we are all online and we are recording. If you wish to have your video playing or not showing your video, then you would take your mouse and you would scroll down to the bottom left corner and you'd see a video camera icon. So you click on that, and if there's a red line, then you'll be no video. If you want your video to show, then you can click on it. You can mute and unmute yourself if you scroll to the bottom left and click on the microphone. And I would say for the most part, if you're not going to be talking, please mute yourself so that, because then otherwise if we all start talking, then we won't be able to hear each other. And let me see if I'm supposed to say anything else in my notes here. Oh, so what we're going to do, we have a lot of fun things, hopefully interesting things to do online right now tonight with you all. We have a number of Stream Team coordinators, current and past Stream Team coordinators who are joining us tonight. So we will all get a brief chance to introduce ourselves before we continue on with the program. And so, like I said, I'm Anne Marie Pierce, Thurston County Stream Team Coordinator, and I started with the Thurston County like 14 years ago. And I can always remember when I started as a Stream Team Coordinator because I was pregnant with my second son. So I just ask him how old he is, and then I know, okay, it's been 14 years. It's an easy way to remember. I don't have to keep it in my head. I just ask him. And from here, I think we're gonna go around. Oh, so maybe we could explain a little bit more. So I was originally from Ohio, and I came out here to get my master's degree at Evergreen. And in that program, I discovered Stream Team. So Seed is here, I can thank her. So one summer I applied for a summer internship with City of Olympia Stream Team. And that was my first experience with Stream Team. And I ended up, while I was still in the master's program, applying for a paid internship with the City of Tumwater as their Stream Team coordinator. And I've been with Stream Team pretty much the majority of the last 14 years, either with Tumwater or Thurston County. So I'm very happy to be a part of the Stream Team program and be celebrating the 30th anniversary.
And I'm Michelle Stevie. I'm the Stream Team Coordinator for City of Olympia, and I started in 2009. I first knew about Stream Team when Susie Vandenberg first started her position in Thurston County, because Susie and I knew each other from the Okanagan. And I didn't at that time have a chance to be able to participate. So things just kind of come around full circle. So in 2009, I started, and I've worked as a habitat biologist for over 30 years, and I basically lead the citizen science and stewardship programs and also the climate programs. So, and it's really, really good to see everybody. Susan.
Me?
Susan.
Oh, Susan McCleary.
Oh, I don't have the agenda in front of me, so I don't know.
I'll name the names out after this.
Okay.
You gotta unmute yourself, Susan, to introduce yourself.
Thanks. Hi, everybody. I'm Susan McCleary. I work for the City of Olympia, and I've been with the city since 2014. And I came on to help Patricia Pyle with the Natural Lawn Care Program. And I had the honor of working with her for almost a year. And I primarily manage the stormwater outreach programs, so I'm not directly involved with a lot of the volunteer events and that sort of thing. So it's a pleasure to meet all of you. And I have seen some of your names on documents that I've gone through at the city. And so I'm very happy to put faces to those names that I've seen. So I'm going to go ahead and hand it off now to whoever's next. Anne-Marie.
Emily.
Hi, everyone. My name is Emily, and I am the Stream Team Coordinator for the City of Lacey. So I took over for Kim Benedict, and I can't remember who she took over. There's been quite a few Lacey Stream Team Coordinators. Oh, Anne-Marie, you're muted.
She took over for Aaron Keith.
Aaron Keith, and then, yeah, there's been quite a few. But so it's pretty recent. So I originally started at Lacey with water and wastewater. And then when the opportunity opened up for stormwater, I moved into that position and have never looked back. Absolutely love learning about stormwater, and I love Stream Team. It's pretty hard with having to do things more virtually, but I'm excited to get back in the field hopefully pretty soon.
Next, we have Meredith.
Hi, everybody. My name is Meredith Greer. I am the Stream Team Coordinator for the City of Tumwater and the newest member of the Stream Team family. I started with Tumwater about 2 years ago now. And while I haven't been able to do all that much with Stream Team yet, especially given the last 6 months that we've all had, I'm very excited to hopefully see that the 31st year of Stream Team is better than ever.
Thanks, Meredith. Next, we have Liz.
Hi, good evening, everybody. So 30 years ago, I actually started my job with the City of Olympia. I had been working as a habitat biologist, actually with the tribes, which is where I first met Michelle, and was asked to join a very small team of people who were kind of radicals at the City of Olympia at the time, which we were very proud of. We didn't even have email then, which is shocking for me to even think about. Our city manager was concerned about security issues regarding email. And we were really innovators. There weren't a lot of other storm and surface water utilities even created in Puget Sound at the time. And I hope Andy speaks to that, because the City of Olympia really was an innovator in the way that we were focusing on not just functioning as a utility, but really with Stream Team, the idea was to really engage citizens in problem solving and helping them understand that storm drains went into streams. People didn't even get that. So some of the first action projects we did were things like buckets, plastic buckets with stencils and spray paint, and stenciling storm drains so that people even understood that we as a built community had been using wetlands and streams and all these living places essentially as depositories for all of this dirty stormwater over all the years. And this team of people in Olympia, who I was so proud to work with, really took the storm and surface water utility in a unique way. And Stream Team was a reflection of that. And then when we got all the other cities and jurisdictions to join, we really made it clear that watersheds don't have boundaries. Cities, there are no boundaries. That we really wanted to make sure that that was part of the approach. So I'm really excited to be here tonight. It's amazing that 30 years have passed, and I'm so excited that Stream Team is still growing strong. There have been so many people who have created and expanded and made it very rich over the years, and I'm so pleased to have seen that happen.
Thank you, Liz. Next, we have Susie Vanderberg.
Hi there. So I got to come into the Stream Team family in 1993. I was the first Thurston County Stream Team coordinator, and I worked there until 2006. I can say to this day that it was the best job I ever had, and I miss it. I was trying to remember some of those early days, and back then we were doing a lot of stream cleanups. I don't think Stream Team does too many of those nowadays, but back then, you know, nobody had been cleaning up the streams, and so there were a lot of streams and ravines with garbage in them. So we spent a lot of time doing that for action projects. A lot of times the Eagle Scouts would come along and help. Then, you know, after a couple years, there weren't too many streams to clean up anymore because we'd cleaned them all. So that was a pretty good feeling. But the one that was the most fun for me was when the volunteers would show up with their canoes and kayaks, and we would paddle up McAllister Creek and clean all the beach debris that had come in with the tides out of the cattails. And we'd go all the way up to the springs and then go back and unload just huge piles of trash. So that was really fun and meaningful. And we also, back in the early 90s, I think maybe it was the mid 90s towards the end, we started the macroinvertebrate monitoring program. And the reason that was so exciting was up until then, most of the natural resource agencies weren't really looking at our data. Stream Team had an activity called Stream Walk, where we would go out to where a stream and road crossing intersected, and we had a form with a checklist, and we would do a real qualitative kind of assessment of the stream. And it was really great for education. It taught us all what a healthy stream is. But it was qualitative data, and the natural resource agencies just weren't interested. So when the macroinvertebrate monitoring came along, it was a whole new ballgame, and the Department of Environmental Health partnered with Stream Team volunteers to learn how to do it. Dr. James Carr came down from the University of Washington and taught us all how to do it, how to follow the protocol, what it was all about, why we were doing it, why it was important. And we all went out in the field together and learned it. And because we worked together, the Environmental Health Department folks had a lot of confidence in Stream Team volunteers. They could see that we were pretty sharp people that could follow a protocol correctly. And so they now, to this day, as far as I know, they're still including Stream Team data in their annual water quality report. So that was huge. And I tried to explain this to a reporter from the Olympian one time because I was excited about the new program, and I told him all this stuff I just said. And I got one quote in the article the next day. It said, "Bugs are fun," Vanderberg said. Really? That's my quote after all this stuff I just explained to this guy? But anyway, it's a good program. I'm happy to see it continue. And it's just fun to see everybody. And I love hearing about all the new exciting things you're doing. So glad we're all here.
Thank you, Susie. We also had Lisa Dennis Perez listed here, but I don't know, Lisa, I don't see you on the panelist list.
She has a family emergency.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I'm sorry to hear that. Well, then we will go down next on the list. We have Debbie Smith.
Oh, I thought it was Cedar next.
Okay. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Cedar, it's you. Sorry. I need to blow up my text here. It's a little small on my phone.
I know, they're all
my agenda. It's Cedar.
Well, I was hired by Liz soon on the heels of Susie Vanderberg when she started in the early 90s. And I was hired, for those of you who don't remember Wendy, she worked with Liz to kind of launch the Stream Team program. And unfortunately, she's not here tonight. But I was fortunate to get hired to cover her while she had her baby. And then got to stick around and kind of fill her place when she eventually moved on. But one thing that I've been trying to think of, like some single moment, and there's just way too many great moments, you know, to kind of think of any single one. There's just so many great volunteer moments, especially. So what I wanted to maybe talk about was the collaboration. Because as Susie and Anne Marie and Liz were talking, and everybody's been talking, it's what I really missed since I left the city of Olympia in 2001, was that sense of collaboration where we would sit down every month and come up with all these grand ideas, and then invite people to come help us do great things. And I just still look around the city of Olympia every day and see wonderful remnants of different projects over the years we've done. Great evidence of people's big hearts and their commitment to making this place a better place. One thing that the city of Olympia did was we did stream team camps, and Liz had a lot to do with getting that started. Yeah, writing the curriculums. And those, I gotta say, were some of the best moments for me. Even though I didn't always get to be at camp, I had to be back in the office making sure everything, that there weren't any kids headed to the hospital, things like that. But just how endearing that was to see kids. I know some of those kids now. In fact, I worked with some of them at the Department of Ecology who have gone on to be amazing adults committed to doing great environmental work. And that's just so, so rewarding. So I just wanted to say, it seemed like everything we did was a collaborative effort, you know, from macroinvertebrates to working with the green program to putting up Purple Martin boxes in East Bay, you know, with the Boy Scouts. To, it just felt like everything was a team project, and that was always just so wonderful. And I'm so glad it's still going on, and this just totally reminds me of all of that.
Thank you, Cedar. Yes, it is a wonderful program because of so much collaboration, definitely. And next we have Debbie Smith.
I'm here, thank you. So if anybody has joined us late, I am sorry that I'm having technical difficulties and I don't have a live video feed, just an audio feed. So that's my Facebook profile picture, and I'm retired, and so I can state my politics. And my ballot came today, so I guess you guys know what I'll be marking. I was the Tumwater Stream Team Coordinator from 2001 to 2018. And in my over 30 years career of being an environmental educator, I have to say, hands down, working with the Stream Team volunteers was the best job of my life. So a lot of my friends know that I'm a big Facebook fan, and I use it to communicate with people all over the world. And one nice thing about it is that for the last 8 years, I had been uploading photos of Stream Team volunteers. And so every morning when I wake up and ding, there's my memories, I get to see the Stream Team volunteers again, and it brings me great joy. So right now when I'm opening it, I'm getting flooded with salmon steward pictures, salmon jumping up Tumwater Falls. I can hear them splashing in the pens. I can see our salmon stewards in their vests and their hats, and the smiles on the kids' faces when they put the salmon glasses on. And it just brings all that joy flooding back again. And next up, it just follows a nice little seasonal cycle. I'll be getting pictures of Deschutes plantings, and Charlie and Ralph, thank you so much, along with Bob Barnes. They have been the leads on taking care of the Deschutes area. I see those pictures and I just love seeing the muddy kids, the gloves. I can smell the soil when they're sticking the shovel into the ground. And it's just, it just brings it back with such joy all over again. There's also the Percival Creek 12-acre planting, and I see Steve Parks is not on here tonight, but he worked very hard, and I just want to give him a little shout out. Then we go on to the Green Congress, and having all 100 7th graders from Tumwater Middle School come out to Percival Creek, doing water quality monitoring, and learning the value of hard work by having them grub out blackberries. I think every kid should do that. Then comes summer and we start kind of swinging around to having the volunteers help with water conservation, because water conservation is also an important aspect for watersheds and for in-stream flow. And I still get a kick out of thinking about the Stream Team volunteers dressed up as Waindrop, the raindrop, the big blue raindrop, or as the Scooby Doo. I don't remember what his name is. Susie, do you remember?
I don't.
Okay.
Scooby Doo. Scooby Doo.
Anyway, okay. Thanks, Anne Marie. The Stream Team volunteers are game for getting in the costumes and getting in the salmon costumes that the City of Olympia made, Sammy and Sylvia. So anything from digging in the dirt to putting on costumes, the Stream Team volunteers did it all with such joy. And then wrapping up the year, we'd always do our macro monitoring at South Puget Sound Community College. They've got a beautiful new artist bridge. And when I open those pictures, it's so fun to see the volunteers cleaning out the cod and discussing what they found. And so almost every day, something pops open on my Facebook and shows me the volunteers. And every day, my heart is lifted. And I thank you all so much. Thank you for the privilege of being able to be your coordinator.
Thank you, Debbie. Next, we have Chris Mon.
Hi, I'm Chris Mon, and I was Anne Marie's colleague as the co-Stream Team coordinator for Thurston County for 10 years, from I think about 2007 to 2017, and I had the unenviable role of taking over Susie Vandenberg's. You know, I mean, that was a big legacy to fill. But prior to that, for 17 years, I was the coordinator of the Nisqually River Education Project, which was the other watershed education programs that was school-based along with South Sound Green. And so we were also at the Congress every year, but that's where I also first met Susie, because especially after the big 96 flood of the Nisqually River, we ended up doing a number of re-veg plans with the Nisqually students, especially along McAllister Creek. And in fact, I kayaked up McAllister Creek this summer in front of those houses that we re-vegged that were right down low in the creek. So I remembered you, Susie, that summer day. So I would certainly second what Cedar and other people have said of the joy of collaborating with everybody. That was just so satisfying. We had many other responsibilities that weren't just Stream Team within the stormwater area, but it was always the monthly meetings with many of you here that I enjoyed the most. And the one last thing I would like to recollect was, and it's hard to believe, it seems like it wasn't long ago, but we did a 20-year Stream Team celebration at the Olympia Center. It was an in-person event 10 years ago. Some of you were there, and I remember Wendy's name was mentioned. Jared Burbage was there, and some other past Stream Team coordinators. And I can't believe that was 10 years ago. It's quite amazing. And again, it heartens me that South Sound Green, the Nisqually River Education Project, and Stream Team have such longevity, and they're going strong. And I really appreciate the jurisdictions for continuing to back such an incredible program that brings in all the volunteers.
Thanks, Chris. We've heard Wendy's name a couple times, and I see her on the panelist list. Are you actually with us, Wendy? And did you want to say anything? No? Okay, just wanted to check because I was curious. I thought I saw Wendy's name there. Well, so we got a chance to hear from a lot of the past and our current Stream Team coordinators. Our guest speaker tonight is Andy Hobb, and he was with the City of Olympia at the start of Stream Team as well. Andy is now retired, but he was with the City of Olympia, I believe, Andy, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think like for your entire career in the stormwater field. But we're gonna let Andy do a further introduction about himself and let him take over the platform right now to share with us the highlights and memories he has about Stream Team. So Andy, we'd love to hear from you. Oh, and I'm sorry, we can't see his, he's out of state right now, so we can't see his face. Sorry about that, but we can definitely hear him.
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Oh, great. Yes, Anne Marie, I was working for the city when dinosaurs still roamed the streets of downtown. I started work in 1990 and was involved in some of the initial environmental programming at the city, and fortunately got to retire about 1.5 years ago. I was really looking forward to seeing you all, at least on the screen, but at least I can hear you. I'm in very remote South Dakota. I just traveled back to see my mom in Illinois. The condition of that visit from the retirement home was that I couldn't fly, I couldn't stay in motels, and I couldn't go to restaurants. So I've been in the car camping, and I'm headed back to Olympia. But unfortunately, I'm in a pretty remote location in a deep canyon. Thank you all for thinking of me. I really, really appreciate it. I miss being part of the city and all the regional, all the collaboration efforts, as well as understanding what Stream Team is up to. I always enjoyed updates, amazingly creative programming, very innovative. It was fun, and it was always a key avenue for the public to get involved. It's pretty remarkable, but I guess not really surprising that it's 30-year anniversary. I remember commenting after 5 years and 10 years and 15 years that Stream Team was still alive and well. It's still relevant. It's sustaining. I have no doubt that we'll have a 50-year anniversary, and I hope you once again invite me. You all have mentioned many on-the-ground accomplishments, the tens and tens of thousands of plants planted, the educational, the innovative educational work. But I think Stream Team, at least from my perspective, also played and continues to play a key political role. Early on, Stream Team was really the key venue for public involvement in our jurisdiction. And we relied upon that presence, that engagement at city council meetings to build our programs and to build a political support. Staff are good at technical expertise and respected at technical expertise, and we can tactfully advocate for new programs, new environmental programs, but our role is not as passionate activists. That's something we can't do. So Stream Team really stepped in that role. It was very subtle, and maybe it was unspoken, but Stream Team has always played a key role in environmental activism within our jurisdiction. And I think that's, as I say, I think that's been understated. I think it's critically important. And, you know, in the future, maintaining political support, especially for environmental work, will always be a need. And I'm confident that Stream Team will be there in the years to come to continue that activism. So thank you. Once again, thank you for inviting me. And it's nice to at least hear all your voices.
Well, Andy, we really appreciate you, going out of your way to try to find a spot where you could get online and join us and share some of your memories of when Stream Team first began. And I don't think you're dinosaurs weren't quite around back then, but we're glad that you're enjoying your retirement and getting to see the country, but on your cross-country trip.
I have.
So Debbie and Chris and others have mentioned just how much we enjoy working with volunteers, and really the volunteers, you all have been the backbone of helping us be able to do the things that we're able to do in the community and to improve habitat in our environment. And we are going to have a slideshow here in a little bit, but first Emily is going to do a trivia game with us. So Emily, I will let you take over here.
Yeah, so I am going to share my screen. And we're lucky because some of the coordinators have shared the answers to some of these questions. in talking about their history. So the way we're going to do trivia is I'm going to ask a question. At that point, unmute yourself, which is the little microphone icon in the bottom left-hand corner. Unmute yourself and say your name. And the idea is whoever we hear first will call upon who can give their answer. And then we will write down your name so we can get in contact you to give you your prize, which is a commemorative 30/50 Stream Team reusable bag, as well as a car wash ticket. So we are going to go ahead and get started again. Once I ask the question, unmute yourself, say your name, and we'll call on you to answer. Wendy Burt was the first, second, or fifth Stream Team coordinator in our area.
Cedar.
Cedar.
Yeah, I was going to let somebody else jump in, but yeah, she was the first.
She was, in fact, the first. Awesome. Great job. Go on to the next question, if it lets me. Oh, there we go. Oh, I can't. It's not letting me see the question. There we go. What kind of monitoring did Stream Team volunteers do when it first started? What was the first type of monitoring?
Macrobiotic.
Close.
Oh. Stream surveys.
Stream surveys. I'll take that, Chris. Stream walking. They would walk.
What happened? Emily got muted.
We lost your audio, Emily.
Try again.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, I'll try it without the headset. That might help. Okay, third question. Stream Team volunteers used to clean trash out of McAllister Creek by walking the creek, swimming the creek, or canoeing the creek?
Cedar?
Cedar.
I'm going to say all of the above.
I didn't know that. I was taught that they started out in canoes or kayaks. So that very well may be.
Well,
walking.
Susie's the expert.
Well, when we did the cleanups, the official formal cleanups, it was always by canoe or kayak.
Awesome.
And then they walked when they fell out.
So I guess that you could say it was both. All right, Dr. James Carr taught Stream Team in Thurston County Environmental Health how to conduct macroinvertebrate monitoring. Which university did Dr. Carr teach at?
University of Washington.
Correct, Terrence. Awesome. Good job.
I'm hoping that the volunteers will answer these questions. They deserve all the prizes.
Stream Team volunteers used to use Kudo cards for what? What were those Kudo cards used for?
Tracking volunteer time. I still have them.
You do. That's great. Awesome. Great job. Yep, those were used to track volunteer hours to get various prizes. Stream Team began surveying amphibian egg masses in the winter of what year? 2010, 2012, or 2015?
2012.
Correct.
2015.
And that's April.
Oh.
The person, April Rowe.
Okay.
In the photo. Yeah.
April. Oh, that's awesome. I'm just tracking people. Okay, great. What is the name of the well-known singer of children's songs who often entertained us at volunteer recognition events? The Wiggles, Dana Lyons, or Black Sabbath?
Dana Lyons.
Correct. Good guess.
That question's rigged, though.
Black Sabbath would be better.
You never know. You could have some. What popular event did marine biologist David Jameson help create?
Peer Peers.
What?
So I am, as a new Stream Team member, not familiar with that name. I have always known.
No. That was actually, that is not, Peer is a different event. So that is not the correct answer. Oh, good try. Good try.
Does anybody else know the
Marine
name of the
Creature
event?
Mondays.
Michelle Burton, Marine Creature Monday. That is correct. And sadly, we were not able to do that this year because of COVID, but Michelle Stevie was able to still contract with some of the divers to take amazing underwater footage. And so all those videos are on the Stream Team website for people to look at. What year did the popular Green Trees Holiday Live Tree program begin? 2000, 2012, or 2018?
2012.
2012, Charlie, correct. And surprisingly, so I was excited for this program when I first started with Stream Team, but there was a huge shortage of Christmas trees, like live growing Christmas trees. I believe it was due to the recession. A lot of the tree farms went under, and so we still haven't been able to get a good supply of baby trees to restart this program. Can you list at least 4 of the hands-on science activities Stream Team currently offers? Gotta list 4.
McLean Creek cleanup, amphibian monitoring, purple martin monitoring, and macroinvertebrate monitoring.
Nice, very good, Michelle. That's amazing. Some of the other programs, macro, and we call them stream bugs as well. Plankton, we do forage fish. You mentioned purple martin. There's invasive weed removal. That still counts. Salmon survey. So all kinds of amazing programs still going strong. And last but not least, this is the last question. Name the 3 sites where salmon stewards talk to people about our local salmon runs and populations.
Debbie, if no volunteers are going to answer.
I can answer, but then I don't want to win another prize.
Oh.
You know.
It's at the bridge, the dam, the McLean Nature Trail, and in the third
Avenue.
What was the third one?
Tumwater Falls.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the falls. Oh, and do you remember the Halloween spooky thing they did in Priest Point Park? Yes. That was so cool.
The haunted hikes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Best ever.
Yeah, I really want to bring this event back because I have never gotten to participate, and it looks like a lot of fun.
And it's a lot of work.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I think Ralph should get that prize if you're keeping track.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And Amy, you tried so hard. You also got brownie points from all those questions. So good job. All right.
Consolation prize, Emily. Is that what I'm getting?
Hey, you got like parts of multiple questions right. So I think cumulatively.
I have her as a winner on one of them. Like,
yeah, that's what I thought too. But I think there was a technicality. So
that's why I said Ralph, because I thought Amy'd already won a couple. So.
No, I'm only partially right some of the time.
Oh.
Speaking of the haunted hikes, that last photo was a photo that we did for a haunted hike. And Patricia's daughter, Raven, is dressed as a raven in that. I don't know if you can reshare that real quick, Emily.
Yeah.
And
are your kids in that?
My 2 sons that are now like 16. The bear on the bottom left is Bodie. He's now 16. And Miles is the raccoon. He's now 14. And Raven is the raven right there.
I think we still have some of those water beads from that hike. That was
oh, you do?
Super
but
cool.
not the chocolate salmon.
Yeah, I hope the chocolate's all gone.
My kids loved that event, by the way.
Oh.
My parents liked it too. We liked it.
It was very popular. Yes. Yes. So thank you, Emily, for hosting the trivia game there. We thought it would be really nice to take a few minutes to invite the Stream Team volunteers who are with us to share some of their thoughts and memories or highlights of being a Stream Team volunteer. So at this point, if you would like to share, before you share, you want to go down to the bottom left corner and click on the microphone if you're not already unmuted, to unmute yourself. And then, so bottom left corner, you want to take your mouse down to the bottom left corner. And maybe what you could do is you could say your name first and then share. And if there's a couple people that are wanting to share at the same time, then we'll just let one go and the next one can go after that. So again, if you want to unmute yourself, you want to click your mouse down the bottom left on the microphone, and we'll see how this goes. We're excited.
I would like to speak. May I speak first?
Sure, Charlie, go for it.
Okay, thank you, because Emily brought up a good point. We're talking about the Christmas tree sale. So those are special moments for me. My wife and I used to buy 6 or 7 live trees, and they were at 3 foot high or short, whichever way you want to look at it. And then we would go plant them somewhere. So the second year we did that, I talked to Debbie Smith, and we decided we were going to plant them down at the Chutes River project. We did that. I've been working that project for 3 years. So those 7 trees that were 3 foot, 3.5 years ago, the tallest one now is 18 foot.
Whoa.
So it's just amazing to see that. And if people would come down there and see me, they would think I'm a little weird because I actually talk to them. Because, you know, they're like 7 of my kids, because, you know, I've known them for almost since conception. And so that's one of my fondest moments. You also showed some pictures of April. When my wife and I first came here from Las Vegas, I was looking for something to do. We came here in January of 2015. In March, I saw this thing called Stream Team. Had no idea what it was, but I've done volunteer work most of my life. And my first project was with April, when she was in AmeriCorps. So that just, those slides and pictures have just brought back a lot of great memories. I appreciate Debbie Smith. She's the one that helped me get the Chutes River project off the ground. And I appreciate Meredith, because she's continued helping me with that project. So thank you, everybody. I can't tell you how much it means to me. Also, because of Stream Team, I got hooked up with Native Plant Salvage and Capital Land Trust. So I love you all, and I love Stream Team. Thank you so much.
We love you too, Charlie.
Thanks, Charlie.
I'd like to offer a couple comments.
Sure, thanks, Martin.
So I had a chance to be down there by Bayview Thriftway with Patricia Pyle out there on the pier, and she was talking about the living organisms in the estuary. We've lost her, and there was a planting of a spruce in West Bay Park. Many of you were there, and thanks to Chris Mound and others who organized it. I can report that spruce is doing well. It's over 10 foot. In these dry summers, I go down with some buckets to keep it hydrated. Some of the highlights for me has been to go out with Chris Mound and on the properties of the brothers of the Petersons on the mouth of the Yelm Creek. We did some stream bug monitoring. I've gone out with Michelle Stevie and with Terrence Lee to do that forage fish monitoring, which is so much fun. I really enjoy buddying up with my buddy Ralph Gross on the bridges there on McLean Creek. So lots of great memories, and they're going to continue, I'm sure. I just wanted to alert everyone that since the virus, the 2020 annual Nisqually Watershed Festival had to be a virtual one. And there were a lot of partners who participated in putting together a compendium of videos for it. A lot of it focused for youth, as they always are, with a lot of partners. The Nisqually Reach Nature Center, the Refuge, the Tribe and its Nisqually Education Program, Northwest Trek, and many others. So if any of you want to get the link so you can now see it, because it was recorded and now it's available, contact me and I'll help you with a full agenda as well as the link to view that. Andy spoke about activism, and right now I'm part of a group called the Chehalis Alliance. It's a ragtag group of environmentalists who are fighting to stop an effort to put a dam in the upper Chehalis River above the town of Piel, if you can even imagine. It's a water control dam, but nevertheless it's a dam. So activism continues as for us who are free to participate in this way and on top of being retired. So happy to participate. I've always enjoyed Stream Team, and you can count me the next season when we can get our rubber boots on. Thank you.
Thank you, Martin. I remember being out in Streambug monitoring with you, and you were able to come out once with us in the summer before you retired, but you were talking about how you were looking forward to retirement so that you could come out and volunteer with us more. And you've kept your word. You've come out and definitely done a bunch more volunteering with us. So we were very excited that you were going to retire so that we could be seeing more of you. Would anyone else like to share?
Yeah, I'm Ralph Gross. I believe I start volunteering when I first moved out here from North Carolina 9 years ago. I saw the ads for Stream Team and Native Plant Salvage and so forth, and I started taking the workshops with both combined, the Native Plant Salvage and the Stream Team, the naturescaping and all the others going on. I volunteered and helped plant the Christmas trees at the center. I can't think of it right now. Anyhow, the community center there at Christmas time, and really enjoyed seeing all the family participation. From there, I moved on. I didn't know a thing about salmon. I first got involved with the Nisqually Land Trust, or the salmon stewarding program they had. That's where I met Perry. And then I found out that Chris Mon had done that same job before. From there, I started doing salmon stewarding with the Stream Team, and on and on. The people and why I volunteer are the leaders that really encouraged the involvement. Debbie Smith, Anne Marie, Chris, Michelle, you all are excellent at doing the job, getting people involved. And then the people that I've met, Charlie and Martin, and one person who is now not with us, Val Elliott, and she and I partnered up for the Purple Martin, and also did Stream Team, the salmon stewarding a lot together. But all in all, I enjoy it, and I continue to enjoy it. With my master gardening program that I'm involved with, I fit it all together, and it's been a very enjoyable retirement time, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Well, Ralph, we really appreciate all that you have done for the Stream Team program and the leadership role that you've played because of your experience and how you help other volunteers and help us with, major parts of putting on volunteer events. We greatly appreciate all the work that you've done over the years.
Thank you.
Would anyone else like to share?
Sure.
Did you unmute yourself?
Yeah, I unmuted myself.
Hi, Bob.
Yeah, I just wanted to say very briefly, thank you very much to Stream Team for the well-organized opportunities for volunteers. I came from an area, I moved up here after retirement, coming from an area that didn't have much in the way of volunteer opportunities. So I really, really appreciate all the opportunities that are available through Stream Team. And particularly thank Michelle for all the Marine Creature Monday that she's made available to me. Thank you.
We couldn't have done this year without Bob. Bob is our voiceover for all of our videos. He and Matt Balder volunteered their time this summer to do virtual learning for our Marine program. Matt supplied all the videos, and then Bob contributed his expertise and made kids only videos and then adult science videos, and they're wonderful. So you can check those out still on our webpage. They're underneath our Citizen Science Marine Creature Monday program. So yeah, it's been really fun working with Bob.
I know my youngest, who's a first grader now, has enjoyed those videos. And yes, I second Michelle. Thank you, Bob, for lending us your time and your expertise to help create those. Did someone else want to share with us?
Hey, Embry, this is Lance and Amy.
Oh, hi.
Hi. Hey, I still have the I Heart Puget Sound sticker on my water bottle, which is pretty rad. And then I also remember doing the salmon releases at Tumwater Falls.
Oh yeah, with Debbie and with when our kids were little, with Stephanie also, with her, yep. With Anya and Sarah when they were little too. So yeah, that's good times. And was it blackberry eradication? I think at Allison Springs probably, and then the kids got to plant cedar trees. Do you remember that? They got to plant cedar trees after the restoration project was done at Allison Springs. So that would be really cool to go see how big those cedar trees are, because that's probably been, well, longer than longer than I like to admit, since they got to plant those, and they were little. So yeah. That would be a cool thing to go check out.
It's just really cool to have the opportunities for families to do stuff like this, because I don't think there's very many to actually make a difference in these kind of little activities. So thanks for providing the opportunity.
So many thanks. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, you guys. Just a little side note, when I was looking through old photos, I don't know if they all made them into our slideshow, but I found a few of you guys and your family from different events, Stream Team events over the years. So it was fun to see those photos from years ago. Would anyone else like to share with us?
Anne-Marie, our kids are getting old at the same rate, by the way.
I know, they're not little like that anymore. They're like taller than us now, or at least me.
Hi, my name's Terrence Lee, and I've had the pleasure of working with a lot of the coordinators who are present here in various capacities, either directly with Stream Team or in my current position as the science director at the Nisqually Beach Nature Center. But I actually first got started when Susie Vanderberg was doing some work with her then intern, I forget his last name, but his first name was Keith. He was an Evergreen State College student, and I was actually going to Evergreen as well. And there was this event that was literally just down my street. So I was like, well, what the heck? I'm going to check this out. And from there, it just led to all sorts of different volunteer opportunities from, I think it was the macroinvertebrates that I got involved in after that. And then I did salmon stewarding a fair bit. I'm kind of semi-retired from Stream Team right now in the sense that I'm just pretty busy with my current work, but I do keep up with the ongoing events, and I definitely look forward to getting back to being involved in some capacity at some point in the future.
Thanks, Terrence. Your name has popped up over the years since I've been with the Stream Team, and I was wondering when you first got involved, because I feel like it's been a long time ago. You've been involved with Stream Team.
I think it was like 03 or 04.
Yeah, definitely before I became
off and on throughout that time period. I think the early years I was really involved, especially when I was still going to college at Evergreen. But once I got into working, I was kind of drifting off to other volunteer work and also just, working too, so.
Yeah, well, it sounds like you have an exciting job now too.
I do, yeah. I get to work with some of these people who are actually here tonight, so.
Yeah. Anyone else care to share with us?
I just have to give a shout out to Michelle Burton, who is on with us tonight, who has taken many of the amazing, beautiful photographs that you saw and will see in the slideshow. So a big thank you to Michelle for being a photographer for Stream Team for quite some time.
Yes, I agree.
Thanks, Emily. It's been my pleasure, and I think of all of the exciting things that I've gotten to do, and I remember being out doing amphibians out on South Bay Road, and I'm out there in the middle of the pond, and Steve Hall turns around to me and he goes, "Is that camera waterproof?" I said, "No." He said, "Is it insured?" I said, "Well, yeah, but we're just going to stand there in the chest waders." And for those of you who have done the amphibian surveys at South Bay, I think the year-round ambient temperature of the water there is about 50 degrees. And there are some places where it gets pretty darn deep, but I've enjoyed the adventures. And even during this COVID, somebody asked me one day, "Well, what did you do this week?" And I said, "Well, I went out with Anne Marie and her sons and took pictures of them scooping poop." They said, "You took pictures of somebody scooping poop?" And I said, "Yeah. And then this week I'm going to go out and shoot storm drains." They just sort of looked at me like I was crazy, but it's been fun.
Yeah, Michelle first came out and started doing volunteer with me on many of my citizen science projects, and specifically the amphibian egg mass monitoring. The site that she's referring to is a kettle pond, and in the wintertime, it's actually a very sweltering 41 degrees, and you have to get out because you absolutely freeze. But we've been in some really exciting places counting egg masses. So, and was, she always brought her camera with her. So she was volunteering her time a lot, giving us free pictures. So finally we just hired her because she has made our newsletter and our other event advertisement what it is today. So it's really great having her kind of on our staff. So.
Well, and Charlie was mentioning the joys of volunteering, and one of the pieces for some of the things that I do independently, like photographing the purple martins, it gives me an opportunity to actually educate the public about what we're doing and about what Stream Team is doing. And actually, a little story here. This summer, we were doing photographs of responsible car washing, or best practices car washing. And Mandy came over and we set up a car on my neighbor's lawn, and I got out my ladder and such and so forth. And by the time we were done, we had about 20 people watching us watching me photograph Mandy washing the car. But it turned out to be a nice education event also, because they were saying, "Well, what the heck, what are you doing?" And actually one of my neighbors was like, "Oh, is your car stuck in the middle of the lawn? I can help you move it." And so we got to do some education of the public in addition to creating some fun photographs.
Well, Michelle, we're so glad that you're game for, going in cold water and chest waders, or coming out to McLean Creek in the fall when it's pouring down rain and the salmon stewards are out there and we're celebrating the return of the chum, or taking pictures of my child or I picking up dog poop. By the way, that one of those photos ended up in a Thurston Talks article recently. So thank you for giving us an excellent photo of demonstrating how to pick up dog poop and throw it in the garbage. Would anyone else care to share with us before we move on into a slideshow of volunteers and events over the years? All right. Well, then in that case, we've put together, it's not an exhaustive slideshow, but we tried to put together a slideshow of a variety of volunteer events and activities and volunteers over the 30 years of Stream Team. I will say it was hard to really get a lot of photos from the early years because not a lot of those are digitized yet. But here's our slideshow celebrating 30 years of Stream Team and the 50th anniversary of Earth Day.
Very nice.
Yes.
Stroll down memory lane.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Oh. Well, as you can see, Stream Team is, we're here and we're still around because we have volunteers who are willing to stick with us and keep coming out and do all these different variety of activities. And so it's fun to see, little ones, families, on up through lucky people like Martin, et cetera, and who are retired and coming out and volunteering with us. So that's just a snippet of all of the volunteers who have volunteered with us over the last 30 years and a snippet of all the different types of activities that we've done. And so we really appreciate you all, and we're so grateful for everything that you've done to help keep us going strong after 30 years. And Susan, I believe, is going to talk about some upcoming events.
Susan, you're
Unmute.
muted.
Yep, you're muted.
What we have going on right now is something we're pretty excited about for Puget Sound Starts Here month. We developed a Lights, Camera, Actions for Clean Water video contest for middle school students and high school students in Thurston County. And so what we're asking them to do is submit a video that's anywhere from 1 to 3 minutes that shows an action for clean water that people can take. And we plan on using these videos on our social media platforms and on our website. So if you know any middle school or high school students that you think might want to participate in this, this is open until the end of the month to submit videos. And we're hoping to get as many video submissions as possible. So spread the word if you can. For volunteer planning opportunities, I think we talked about this earlier on the 31st. At Hunter Point Road, there's going to be Scotch broom removal, and native roses and live stakes, snowberries and willows will be planted. We're also going to have a pollution prevention planning taking place at Thurston County Corrections Facility, and that's going to go from November 10th to the 13th. And the dates and times are listed on the Stream Team event registration page. So if you want more information, you can also contact the Native Plant Salvage, who's a co-sponsor of that event. And in November, we have the Climate Conversations webinar coming up. And that's going to be about Western wildfires. And it's going to be an informative talk about the past, present, and possible future of Western Washington forests through a climate and wildfire lens. And that is on Friday, November 6th at 6:30. And it is going to be a webinar through Zoom. So you'll want to pre-register for that. We also have the annual Allison Springs Bald Eagle Paddle on Saturday, December 5th. And that's from 9 till 12:30. And I know that usually fills up, so you want to register early for that. We have amphibian egg mass training, which will be virtual, and field surveys beginning in January. And we also have our, we're bringing back the popular Naturescaping class, which is going to be an online platform, and that begins in January. There's going to be 2 sessions, the first on January 12th, and then the second on January 26th. And there'll also be a follow-up live webinar that'll take place about 3 weeks after that, and it will give folks an opportunity to kind of do some of their own design work for their own landscapes. So I think I've covered everything. Did I miss anything, you guys?
You're good.
Great. So we hope you can join us for these events. Spread the word. We've kind of had to move things, as you know, to virtual. And so, you know, we're hoping to get as much participation as we can in these events that we're doing in a little bit different way this year.
And I'll just make a plug. I think everyone who joined us tonight should probably be in our Stream Team database. But if you are not and you want to find out about upcoming events, then you would want to go to streamteam.info and get into our Stream Team database so that you could get our newsletters emailed to you. And for any of the folks who won the prizes tonight from our trivia game, then if, if you are in our Stream Team database, please make sure your mailing address is up to date. We're going to mail you the commemorative 30th anniversary Stream Team reusable bag. It's a 30/50 bag actually, because it's commemorates the 30th anniversary of Stream Team and the 50th anniversary of Earth Day.
Actually, we're going to be mailing those out to all the participants tonight. So everybody needs to actually make sure that we have your addresses. And if you don't have your address in our registration site, then you can send me your address, and then we'll be mailing those out.
So you can send Michelle Stevie an email. So yes, so everybody's getting one tonight. Sorry about that.
Yeah. And they've got our beautiful 3050 logo on it that Azure Summers developed for us. She's our designer for the newsletter. So they're really fun.
And I believe we are coming to the closing of our 30th anniversary online celebration. And Michelle Stevie is going to take over with the closing.
So I just wanted to thank everybody for coming. And I'm going to close tonight. I'd like to share with you one of my favorite poems from Wendell Berry. And it's very apropos right now, but it's a very timeless piece. It's called The Peace of Wild Things. When despair for the world grows in me, and I wake in the night at the least sound in fear of what my life and my children's lives may be, I go and I lie down where the wood drake rests in his beauty on the water, and the great heron feeds. I come into the peace of wild things who do not tax their lives with forethought or grief. I come into the presence of still water, and I feel above me the day-blind stars waiting with their light. For a time, I rest in the grace of the world, and I am free.
Nice.
I would like to thank all of you guys who put this together this evening. It's been very fun and very gratifying.
Thanks, Chris.
Thanks for coming.
I'd second that. I'd second that. That's been really good tonight to see you all and just know what's going on and keeping informed with each and all of us.
Thanks, Ralph. We're so glad all of you could join us tonight, and we look forward to the day when we can see you all in person.
Absolutely. I need some hugs.
Yeah. Good to see everybody.
Good to see you too, Susie.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you for joining us, everybody.
Thanks all. Be well.
Stay safe.